It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at Talking Stick Resort Arena in downtown Phoenix. Tonight, it's the Phoenix Suns taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers control the tap. Jay, what's the next step for Ben Simmons?
MVP, Ed. To win the MVP. But perception is reality. And I've been hearing this stuff from a lot of people who have been watching Ben Simmons show out this past summer on IG. Ben Simmons needs to get back to the lab, stay in the gym, continue to work on that jump shot. Because this is still a team that lost 1-4 to the Celtics without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
Short jumper misses. Butler to bring it up. Leads a bucket to Embiid. It's a big finish.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Simmons into the front court. He'll run the offense. Screen coming. Porter to Simmons. To Porter. Jimmy Butler sends it away.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Curling inside. Shot from the lane won't go.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Into the front court comes Simmons. Trailing by 4. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Oh, the Suns come up with the steal. And a nice finish at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Butler. Here's a chance from long range, and Jimmy Butler all in stride. Catch and shoot 3 is good. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
Booker off the mark. To Embiid, trying to cash in. Embiid with a shot, no good. Simmons with it. They're down 3. To Booker. With a drop step. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Sixers control it. To Tobias Harris. Lets it fly from long range. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it. Simmons with it. They trail by 1. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Free throw try, off the mark. Simmons to Jackson.
I got a mismatch. Give it to me.
Sixers able to clear the rebound. To Redick. Wide open look, won't go.
I hate that one didn't go down. You'd much rather go into half with a tie ball game than having a deficit.
With a drop step. Turns and slams it down.
And easy, too. Get back on defense.
Here's Simmons with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Oh, Ben Simmons. 2 of 4 now.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Embiid. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Simmons into the front court. Down a point. Drove the lane and finished strong at the hoop on that one.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
From long range, knocks it down.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
In the second quarter.
Suns with the basketball. Simmons fires the 3. He was all over him.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
In the front court comes Simmons. 4 points the differential as we come up on halftime. Screen coming. Has a look. Daniel's shot won't go. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
To Simmons. For 3. Not going down here. Now ready to shoot at the line.
That's actually not a bad move at all. You're applying more pressure on him by sending him to the line.
Philadelphia 76ers are in for penalty.
Ben Simmons has got 2 shots coming. 56% for his career. 2 for 2 on that trip. Deep 3 at the buzzer. That's it for the first half. It's the Sixers out in front.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. Simmons with it. The margin standing now at 7. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
To Butler. Beyond the arc for 3. You on top. Jimmy Butler. Contested 3. He buries it.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. New way, you build your team outside in.
Butler. To Redick. Gets a shot up off the mark. Booker with it. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. Embiid. To Redick. Screen coming. To Tobias Harris. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Simmons with it. The deficit now up to a dozen. Nothing going here on that drive. Driving is Simmons, but a shot no good.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Butler. Stuffs it down with authority.
Woo! This rookie is a high flyer. He brings that kind of pro-am vibe to the NBA, and it's fun to watch.
Now a whistle. We'll get a timeout from Phoenix as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Simmons. Not that time. Oh, and a putback.
If you know anything, it comes down to who wants it more. And right now, the offense is just hungrier.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
I got him. Here we go. Here we go.
Here comes the screen. Ben Simmons. With that, he's 5 for 9.
Man, he's just out here swerving and serving.
Runner's good there.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
Suns control the possession. To Porter. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down?
Pick up, pick up, pick up.
To Redick. Fires the three. Defenders could lose sleep with this guy. J.J. Redick, well defended, still knocks it down.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
To Jackson. Has a chance. Deep two there. Won't go. To Embiid. Throws it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. It's Suns ball.
I got ball.
Martin. To Crawford. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To Butler. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
17-footer at the buzzer. 3 quarters down and a great start for the 76ers. It's been a compelling game so far. Waller into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. And look out. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. Right. Gets a look. Can't hit.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Great dish to set it up. Throws it down.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
Ed, I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket. The Sixers are victorious as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire...
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.